Hello, everyone. Hello. I already see some people. Hi, Monica.
Yay, hi.
Hi. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, everyone. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, sorry we had to switch the live show a couple times on you guys. We switched the date, and then you get me and Christy today because Jessica was having some technical issues. So now it's on my channel. But we're here. We're so happy to be here.
Yes. And to finally chat about our April book pick.
Yes, we're going to be chatting about Tapestry by Karen Ranney. This was our April book pick. It was like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, very angsty, very emotional. Let us know what you guys rated it in the comments. Oh my gosh, Lindsay, your profile pic is so pretty.
Yeah, that is.
So I'll start. I'm Samantha from Books with Samantha. I gave this one 4 stars. I read it physically because I couldn't find the audiobook. I don't even know if they had an audiobook for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, my library didn't have the ebook. So I read it physically and I gave it 4 stars, which is really good because our last 2 picks were not
Not it.
not it. So I'm happy that I liked this one for sure.
All right, so I read it a month ago, so I'm trying to remember like everything that happened, but I rated this one 3.5 and I rounded up to 4 though on like Goodreads. So yeah, better one than what we have had recently, and I love a like Beauty and the Beast retelling.
I know, especially when it's a historical romance. I don't really care about like Beauty and the Beast in like regular contemporary, but like in a historical, it just fits so well.
Totally agree.
A win's a win, yes. I know sometimes it's hard with the older historicals because sometimes they're not available on audio. We try our best. We try our best.
I know some people did say this one had an ebook though. Like some people had grabbed the ebook, like their library just happened to have it, so that was nice.
Yeah, I could see that libraries like not in my area. You know how sometimes it'll say like near you, and I just didn't have a library card for them. But I knew some libraries had ebooks.
Yeah.
5 stars.
5.
Amazing.
I love it.
3
3.
stars. Awesome. This was my first Karen Ranney book. I don't think I've read another one by them.
Mine too, yeah. And I think this was actually like her first historical, I believe, published.
Oh, what does she normally write?
Well, I don't know if she writes other stuff, but I mean, like, just in general, like, I think
this was her first book. Oh my gosh, for a debut book, this one was so good.
That's what I saw people's, like, reviews saying after I had read it.
Yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Because some people were saying, like, they went back and read this after reading, like, other stuff from her, and they really loved her other stuff, and this one, they were like, oh, I could tell it was a debut, like, she gets better. So I was like, oh, interesting, because this was good.
Yeah. It's always interesting with authors, like, when you read their first book and you can see the growth. I think the only author that I'm like, no, all of their books were good from beginning to end is, like, Beverly Jenkins, because her first book is Night Song, which is amazing.
I know. And you can't even tell with her, like, which one's her first. They're all so good.
Exactly.
She's solid.
I think I got mine on eBay too. I think I had this sitting on my shelves when I got like the historical like blind boxes on eBay, like in 2020. And then Christy, you picked this one, right?
No, I think actually wasn't it Cheryl who like recommended it in our
I
thought it was Cheryl, or like Cheryl mentioned it and other people said it was good. Yeah, and we just all happened to have it, I think.
Yeah, so I went on Thrift Books to see if I could get a physical copy, but then I was like, let me check my shelves because sometimes I buy duplicates, and I had it sitting in the back of my shelves.
I love when that surprise happens.
I need to like do what Tiffany did, where she like scans all of the books, like a library, so she knows what she has.
I've done that with my historicals. Like I have just an app, like I think it's Book Buddy or whatever, and you just scan it with your phone.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, yes, Cheryl picked it.
Okay, yeah.
It's funny because I'm normally reading things last minute, and I actually read this one like a few days before the live show that originally was supposed to happen.
I love that. Yes.
Okay, Beast retelling, fun. Yeah, I would totally read another one too. Okay, so like the general premise, I'll try to do the premise if I remember it correctly. So our hero, is he a war veteran?
Yes.
Yeah, he gets scarred and he's disabled from the war, and he comes back and he is the second son, but he inherits the earldom, or yeah, I think he's an earl. he inherits the Earl title because his father and his oldest brother died in an accident, I think a carriage accident or something
Yep.
like that.
Mhm.
And he's really just like hiding away because people, it's historical times. People are very judgmental about how others look and disabilities. Our heroine knows our hero from when she was younger, like 14, 15. He was a really like good family friend to her. He kind of like helped her through her like grieving period of when her father passed away. So she's always been in love with him. She was like writing him letters when he was in the war and they were always getting returned, but she never gave up on him. So when he returns from the war, becomes his maid and pretends to be somebody else and like rekindles that romance. So it's kind of like a second chance romance, but he doesn't realize who she is at first.
Yeah. Because she hadn't seen him since she was a teenager. And he was 10 years older. And so like he kind of just helped her, like looked after her, which I thought it was kind of strange that he didn't recognize her. Like it's only been 4 years, but like whatever, he's gone through some stuff.
Yeah. Romance reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the mask from Cinderella.
Right. Yeah.
I think it was nice that you had like the time gap a little bit because it's obviously an age gap. It's historical. Most of the heroines are younger. And she had
Mhm.
like a very innocent crush on him, kind of like childhood
Yeah.
sweetheart type situation. But he was much, much older and didn't see her that way. So then the time apart kind of gave them the space they needed. And it wasn't like icky like the age gap.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like she just looked at him as like kind of like a hero when he kind of like swept in and looked after her and comforted her, like when her parents passed. So
Mm-hmm.
like he was just kind of like, I don't think, yeah, she wasn't like having any other type of feelings towards him like back then. It was kind of like innocent, sweet crush type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Different types of love over the
for
years.
sure.
Ooh, what series did you read by her? I want to read more books by her because of this one.
Me too. I have a bunch of hers on my shelves. I think some of hers are like, are they Highland or medieval? I want to say something
I
like
want to
that.
say I have some of her Highland ones
Yeah.
too.
And they have really pretty like step back moments. Like they're really pretty.
This one is pretty. I would think you would have a step back, but
I
mine does.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the back has like the zoomed in version of the front. So you get like
Yeah.
a little bit more detail. Super
4
pretty.
stars because of the secondary plot and made the book too long. Yeah, it was kind of dragging towards the end.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of the older historicals do that.
Yeah.
And her writing was very like flowery too. So it almost felt
Yes.
even longer.
Yeah. And they were apart a lot. Like they got together kind of after she comes in and pretends to be like, working at his house. And then I liked how she went for him, like shows up in his room like naked. Didn't she do that? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
She was
like
in it. She was like
yeah, she was like,
committed.
I'm getting the boy, like he's mine. So I love that. But then they like get together and or no, doesn't she like run away and she goes back to her uncles, which I really love her uncles in here with her, like their relationship. And then he realizes who she is. And like, oh, she finds out he's supposed to be engaged, right? Not realizing that
Oh,
he's
yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to be
yeah.
engaged to her. And so like she runs back to her uncles and then like he comes like I think like months later to come and find her because he's been looking for her as her like fake name and can't find her anywhere. And then he shows up and he's like, whatever, I'm like betrothed to this girl. Let me go and do this thing. And then shows up and sees her there. And then he's kind of mad because obviously she lied. And then they get married though. And then they're like super happy and in love and cute. But then like they get torn apart. And so I feel like that's where like all this like melodrama came in, like they
Mm.
get torn apart. And so that part I wish that's like why I rounded down. Like I want a little bit more of them like happy together, like because they were really cute. And like he did all these things for her.
Yeah, I did see that. I just watched your April wrap up and I saw
Okay,
that you
yeah.
said that and I was like, "Oh yeah, it does make sense. I wish there was more time with them together."
Mhm.
Have you ever read the Mallory Anderson series by Johanna Lindsay?
The first one only, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So she has uncles in there too, and they're like
Yes.
super protective. It kind of reminded me of this one too. I love like any type of family dynamic. I love.
Yeah. Samantha gave it
Um,
4 and I gave it 3.5/4. So we're kind of around the same area.
Pretty much around the same area.
Yeah.
Much better than the last 2 months for sure.
I know. The previous one, I think I gave 1 star. I was like, "This is not it."
I know. Maybe we're gonna have to take a break on pirate romances because I think both of them
Yeah.
we thought were pirate romances and they just were
They just
not.
didn't deliver, yeah.
Okay, yes, a lot of Scottish and
Mm,
Highlander books. I haven't read a Scottish and Highlander book in a long time.
I know. I think we have one coming up in July, maybe?
Fun. Oh, your mom had a copy? Fun. I wish my
Oh,
mom
I
kept
love
all.
that.
Yeah. I'm like, whoever gets my collection of historicals better cherish it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
it wasn't a very steamy historical. Um, very melodramatic. Can we pretend the last 2 months didn't happen? Yeah,
Seriously.
definitely.
I mean, the
I
reads were not good, like, in general. There were some slumps in there, like,
That
yeah.
is true. All 3 of us were like,
I
"This is not a
know.
good reading month."
I know. Everybody I would talk to was, like, feeling the same way, and I was like, "This is just, like, an overall everybody's in a slump."
Yeah, and I feel like all the new releases too were the same, like, it just
I
I don't know.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
This month,
February
though,
was
April was good, and now May is good as well so far.
Yeah, I had a lot of 5 stars and 5 stars in April.
Mhm. Same.
But yeah, the ending is definitely why I didn't give it a 5 star. I know someone else said that they felt like the ending was kind of
Mm.
slow and long. And then like the side plot, the villainous character, it was so like cheesy,
Yeah.
melodramatic telenovela.
Yes.
And I just felt like there wasn't I don't know, it didn't make sense for them to stay apart as long as they did. The stakes didn't feel
Mm-mm.
super high because the villain I was just like not even taking seriously.
No.
What else? What else? I'm trying to remember stuff because I really don't want
I know,
to.
I'm looking back at my notes. Okay, so they had, like, 1 perfect year together. Oh, she ended up getting pregnant, and then he left for that, like, war thing again or whatever he was doing, remember? Like, the something he decided to take on this duty thing, and then they think his ship gets sunk, he's presumed dead, and then she
Mm,
actually miscarries and loses the baby,
mhm.
and then 2 years pass where she thought he was dead, and then he shows back up.
Oh, she did miscarry. I remember the trigger
Yeah,
warning for
yeah.
loss of a child.
Yeah, the stepmother, the whole villainous stepmother, not it.
And I feel like that's such a cheesy,
I
like,
know.
oh no, so
It's
many
such a
so
cliche.
yeah. You guys know how I feel about a villainous heroine, like, being the main villain, and the stepmother is so cheesy.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep,
But the uncles were hilarious, added some of the comedic factor.
for sure.
A lot of people like when and now I'm remembering when what live show this book is recommended in. A lot of people were like, "Oh, this is so emotional and this is so
Yes.
sad." Listen, I cry often, like very often. Most
Did you
books
with
make
this one?
no,
Oh, okay.
did not. I think it was because it was so heavy-handed. Like you knew the author was intentionally trying to pull on your heartstrings, and it just felt like I don't know. I wasn't actually that invested. I liked it, but I wasn't invested like that.
I know, so many people have said that this one got, like, them in all their feels, and, like, I could see how it could, but, like, it didn't get me.
Yeah,
It
it
was
didn't.
just so much.
Yeah, it was too much and it was moving like one thing after the other. They weren't really
Mhm.
together for a lot of it. I did like it, but I didn't cry. And that was surprising because I expected to cry. Uh, sorry. Yeah, she doesn't get pregnant again after that in the epilogue. Do they have kids in the epilogue?
No, isn't this the one where she starts taking in all those children and uses his house as, like, foster or, like, kind of adoption
Oh,
orphanages, and, like, she has kids who look like boys who look like him and girls who look like her at that house, and she doesn't realize that's what she was doing the whole time, like, creating them there kind of as kids. Like, she
mm,
takes in a lot of children and, like, I think that's what they end up doing, and so they have, I think, adopted kids and foster kids in the end. I
yeah.
think that was this book, hopefully. It's been a while.
I mean, it would make sense why it was glossed over because historical. I don't know what type of medicine they had or like technology where they would be able to tell like why she miscarried.
Mhm.
And miscarriages were like a really common. I mean, they're common now, but they were like really common in historicals. Like I know, like Queen Catherine had like 6 miscarriages or
Yeah,
something crazy like that.
right. Hey, Jess.
Watching from my
Get
car,
that new router.
yeah. She's like, I have to work tomorrow.
I know.
That happened to me on our Bridgerton live show. Oh, I had to hop on my phone and I just thought like our internet had gone out. And it turns out that someone freaking cut the cable lines in our neighborhood. Like
What? Yeah.
yeah. And we had
Oh
like
my
the
gosh.
whole block had no power because someone went and cut the
Oof.
cables.
Well, Jess, if you're still on and finish the book, let us know what you gave it.
Oh yeah, put in 3 stars.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay,
Not too
yeah.
bad. Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah.
pretty much what we gave it. Christy gave
Mhm.
it 3.5 and I gave it 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, she has to work tomorrow. I would be
Right?
like, oh, sorry, work, I'm not coming in. My internet. Gosh darn. Oh, okay, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, so she could have maybe potentially had children after that.
Yeah, I thought they said, like, the doctor said something, like, traumatic like, with her body, like, where she wasn't able anymore, that something happened, but maybe it was just quickly talked about. Okay, yeah, this is the one with all the yeah, okay. I thought so.
No biological children out there. Oh, got it, got it, got it. That
Which is
reminds me
kinda
of
nice to see with these old school historicals because sometimes they always have, like, that miracle baby situations happen, I feel like, in this era, so that was kinda nice that they just did have, like, foster kids and adoption and kinda, like, went into that, you know?
that is true. It's so rare for a historical that the epilogue isn't them, the woman pregnant.
Mhm.
The only one that I can think of that did something similar is what is her name? Oh my gosh. The series is called the Survivor series. I think it's by Shailene Gailey or something like that.
Oh, okay.
The
Shanna
heroine
Galen?
does like charity work and she ends up adopting like a bunch of
Oh,
the
okay.
kids in the orphanage.
Yeah. I feel like I see it in newer ones, but, like, this one being published, what, in the 90s?
Mhm. When was
Yeah.
this one published?
I wanna say 94, 95. Yeah, 95.
95. Yeah, this must be her first one because there isn't like how it says like read other works or whatever?
Mhm.
There's nothing.
Yeah, that's what those, reviews were saying, that it was her first one, which I was surprised because I do hear about this one a lot. So I figured it was, like, later into her career, but maybe people just love Beauty and the Beast retellings.
Maybe she did like Harlequin too before this though.
True, true.
Okay, Jess says it had potential, it just glossed over a lot for sure. I think
Mm,
the author was more focused on like the writing style and how lyrical and flowery it was,
yeah.
um, and didn't give us much substance. I do think they married and he got over her betrayal and lying so fast.
Mhm.
I mean, it wasn't that big of a betrayal. Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
I really thought he, like, knew who she was the whole time, and was, like, playing into it too, and so I was like, "Oh, wait, he really doesn't know who she is." Like,
Yeah, like
"Sir, you
there's
just
gonna
saw
be
her
the
4
moment.
years ago."
Like there's gonna be a moment. He's like, "I'll never forget you." The moment she walks
Exactly,
in.
exactly.
Hold on. I'm going back
Mm,
up. Going back up. It did go a different path than other romances, so I appreciate that. I honestly thought her husband was dead for a minute.
yeah.
I haven't read a Mary Below Balog. How do you pronounce her last name?
Baylog? I think somebody said it's,
Mhm.
like, Baylog? Bellog? It's like Kellogg, like the brand, I think, the cereal brand.
Oh,
Yeah. I've read some of her like, one of her series and then a couple of her other books, but not that one.
yeah. Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I liked her because she was like independent, had agency. She was not giving up on her man's.
No. She went for him, and then they were, like, really cute together, like, the moments they had and just, like, in their room and, like, doing all the little cute stuff. It's like, I want more of that.
She was a bit pushy when he was mad at her. He got over it pretty quick because of that. Hmm. True, true.
Mhm.
And this was like proper Beauty and the Beast. Like it wasn't just like
Mhm.
subtle scar on the eyebrow or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like, he would like, his staff would be, like, scared of him and stuff, like, it went full on the Beauty and the Beast retelling. But also, like, a little bit of Cinderella, like, with her kinda coming in and pretending she's somebody else, and, like, he doesn't realize who she is, and kind of all of
Oh
that
yeah,
kinda
true.
mixed in, and the villainous stepmother, like, for him.
Very fairy tale vibes.
Yes.
Very true, very true. Yeah, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a good Beauty and the Beast retelling. I'm trying to think of other Beauty and the Beast retellings that I liked. Ravished by Amanda
Mhm.
Quick was a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I really liked that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yours
And
Until
Emmy
Dawn
was
by Teresa Medeiros is top tier
oh
and so
yeah,
good.
it is. Historical romance. Cat Sebastian has quite a few. Quite a few. I
Mhm.
really like Cat Sebastian. Trying to think what else. My brain is blanking other than Cat Sebastian.
There's, KJ Charles?
Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm, like, trying to think of the title, yeah. And there's a couple other authors.
Oh, Beastly by Aster Glenn Gray. That's a Beauty and the Beast retelling and MM romance. It's historical, but it's set during World War I, World War II. I can't remember.
Okay.
And the beast is like a legitimate like dragon.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's a legitimate dragon. That one's a good one. It's like so you know how the dad like goes and like takes the rose or whatever, and the beast is like, you stole from me, so I'm gonna trap you in my castle. And then the daughter sacrifices himself or whatever. So in this one, the dad is like, I'm not sacrificing my daughter. Like, you're just gonna get me. And he stays in the castle with the beast.
Oh, so it's their romance?
It's their romance, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
It's a really good one. It's a novella. I think it's on Kindle Unlimited. It's not too long.
Okay.
I wouldn't consider Lady Perduke MM because she's a trans woman.
Yeah.
But that one is a really, really good one.
But that is a good Beauty and the Beast retelling.
Yeah, I really like that one. Oh, and that one they adopt kids as well because they can't have their own biologically.
Yes.
So they adopt two kids.
Yes, the Stacey Reid one that Cheryl was talking about is My Darling Duke. That one's good as well. I think the hero's in a wheelchair, if I remember correctly, or uses a wheelchair. Have you read that one? Okay, it's good too.
I don't think I've read a Stacey Reid book, if I'm being honest. I know.
They're so good.
I have. I don't think I have.
That one's really good.
You like the book, but yeah, it got long towards the end for sure. I feel like that's a general complaint we have with a lot of historicals is like it could have been shorter for sure.
Yeah, these old school ones, yeah, they like to push it to the 400-page limit.
Romancing the Duke. Oh, Kerrigan Byrne has a Beauty and the Beast retelling as well. Ooh, a baseball reporter one coming out this month. It takes place in the 1960s. It's fun.
I like that setup.
Oh, I think I saw the cover on your Instagram post, I think. When Beauty Tamed the Beast by Eloisa James.
That's a good one.
I know people love Stacey Reid, and I don't know why. Actually, I haven't picked up one of her books. I don't have a reason for it.
Her series with My Darling Duke, that's the first book in the series. That series got picked up and is supposed to be made into a TV show or movies or something.
How exciting.
Like they announced that a couple of years ago.
Oh, I love that. It probably got slowed down because like the pandemic.
Yeah. And I think it was like a smaller kind of production company kind of doing it. So I think it's still happening, but I'm not sure.
Contemporary romances get picked up all the time, but I want historical romances to get picked up more shows and TV series.
Yeah. They'd make for great TV series. Yeah, like the family elements and everything and all the drama. Yes.
Like the Ravenels or the Wallflowers or Lisa Kleypas. That would be so good. Or the Destiny series from Beverly Jenkins. That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kat Sebastian is great. I love her.
I need to go look up that book. The Kat Sebastian cover that everybody's talking about.
Here, I'll look it up right now. I've read some of her historicals.
Me too.
The Duke in Disguise, I think, is my favorite one.
What is the... Oh, You Should Be So Lucky. Okay, here it is. Oh, I have seen this. Okay.
I didn't even think this is set in the 1960s. It looks so contemporary. But now, oh yeah, he's dressed like a little newsy boy.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, the other hero is. It looks cute. Oh, it comes out this month?
That blonde looks so mischievous.
Yeah.
This is the cover you guys are talking about. Very cute, very cute.
It's out May 7th.
Girl, we need the next Tessa Dare book. Sweetie can't be worrying about an adoption. She needs to give us the next book.
For real. I've kind of given up hope on it at this point, like, which is sad, but I feel like, yeah, I don't even know.
Same. Beast, the Best Book by Amala Howard. To Beguile a Beast by Elizabeth Hoyt.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Oh my god. I would be on the floor if we ever gotten Again the Magic. I mean, that's the prequel, so we might not ever see that, but I would be on the actual floor.
I would love that. I mean, maybe that's what she's, like, working on instead of, like, writing any books or anything nowadays, Lisa Kleypas.
Yeah. I mean, the Duchess deal would actually make a very good movie,
Mhm.
now that I think about that. Very, like, it gives rom-com with her showing up in the wedding dress.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Very
Rom-coms are
true.
back, y'all. Rom-coms are back. There's so many good ones that have been released recently.
I don't know if I've watched any recent which ones have you watched?
The one with Nicholas Galitzine and, Anne Hathaway?
That's a rom-com? I thought it was, like, emotional.
Oh, I consider it a
I
rom-com.
don't know, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
And
Just the
then,
vibe of it.
there's that one with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn.
Oh, yeah, I need to watch that, it just came to Netflix, right?
Yeah,
Anyone But You
yeah.
or something?
Uh-huh. And then I
Mhm.
think Chris Evans and Dakota something are filming one right now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And The Fall Guy, that one's kind of it's action, it's like Bullet Train inspired, but it's also a romance.
I wanna see that, that one looks fun.
I stand by the fact that I really think Bridgerton ruined
I agree.
ruined the historical romance genre.
Yeah, like, the books as well, like, not just, like, adaptations happening, like, books as well.
Yeah,
I feel
it
like
really
everybody
did.
thought it was gonna make so many, like, popular and that people would pick up other books, but instead it brought us, like, the whatever those, like, chest cover books that, like, I feel like was the downfall and ruined everything. Now
Exactly.
publishers don't even want authors to write historicals, like
That's when mass market paperbacks were the max version, and
Yes,
the
mhm,
publishing was so weird, and then they went
mhm,
back to mass market, and it's like, I feel like because with Bridgerton, they were appealing to people who were not already historic romance readers, because historic romance readers were gonna watch it regardless. So they, like, pandered to people who don't read romance and made it more contemporary feeling,
mhm.
and I just think it, like, messed stuff up for sure.
It totally did, yeah.
And then, like, when you do talk about other things like, "Oh, maybe Lisa Kleypas or maybe Beverly Jenkins," everyone's like, "Well, you have Bridgerton." And I'm like, "Y'all have a million doctor shows, like, come on."
And, like, Bridgerton is not even top tier historical romance content, like, no.
I like Bridgerton, no hate,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's just
there's so many better series though out there, like, for historicals that I love.
me too, me too.
Hmm,
I would love that. I would love that
me
so
too.
much. That would be amazing. Imagine Devil in Winter. I would die.
I would love it, but I'd also be scared because it's so precious to me, that series.
Oh, that's true if they switch up the plot like they did with season
Oh
2 of
my
Bridgerton.
I'm not ready to talk about that one next week.
I also think
Oh,
Bridgerton ruined them. We thought historical romance would rise, but it did the opposite. Yeah. It contemporary romance, like, freaking skyrocketed,
yeah.
and that's what it seemed like they wanted historicals to be, and then even some historicals were in, like, trad paperback.
Mhm.
It was weird, a weird switch.
Well, even historical romance authors said that, like, tons of people would recommend, like, if you liked Bridgerton, now go read these authors or these series or these books. And they said they'd see tons of posts like that, but literally wouldn't help their sales at all. Like, they saw no in stream of new readers like other historical romance authors. So I feel like it didn't help anybody out. Like,
I agree, I completely agree. It brought me to the genre, and I'll forever be grateful because that's how I discovered oh, yeah, I love that. I
I love
freaking love
that
that.
too.
Who did I read first? I think Clayface was my first historical. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was
That and
Suddenly
Kerrigan
You.
Byrne were my first ones. Like the Wallflower series was my first series that I read.
Yeah. I think I literally finished the Wallflower series in, like, 1 week, so I can't remember if I read Suddenly You or Again the Magic first.
Mm.
1 sec. Okay. Bridgerton were in the historical monsters in a sense that the covers are so bad. Yeah, they're hideous. They're hideous.
Mhm.
And then you saw so many historicals afterwards look exactly like that.
Mhm.
If they're gonna deviate so far from the books, I'd rather not see adaptations, but it has to appeal to masses. I don't care if they stick to the books, honestly. Like, for me, I'm just like, whatever.
I care. I want like like the overall vibes. Maybe not like every moment, but like don't ruin like character connections and like I don't know, I'm just thinking of, like, the Bridgerton and what they did to the sister, like, dynamic, or, like,
True.
Penelope and Eloise, like, their friendship, like, don't mess with that stuff. You know, like, other stuff, details you can change around, but, like, I don't know, the vibes, I want the family to still be close or, like, the friends to still be close, you know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Yay! Router secured.
Yay!
Woohoo! That's
Internet is back on the
amazing.
menu.
Girl, you are not playing. You got that quick. All the loading feelings towards romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Well, that was like my least favorite one in the series.
That one was always kinda, like, mid for me. So I'm curious. Like, I just started my reread of it earlier, so I'm curious to see where it falls now.
Oh, yeah, keeping on track with the live show, we've got so off track. We are going to be doing a like special edition of historical Hellions. We really usually only read books published before 2000, but this month we're going to reread *Romancing Mr. Bridgerton*, the fourth book in the Bridgerton series, Colin and Penelope, to get
Mhm.
prepared for the new season, season 3. And I think all three of us are vlogging as well, so that will be fun. So
Mhm.
yeah, reread it with us if you guys want. I can't remember the day of the live show. Do you remember the day of the live show,
Yeah, it's May
Christy?
15th because it's gonna be the day before the first part of season 1 or season 3 drops on Netflix. So, yeah, May
Perfect.
15th, which is like a Wednesday. So join us. I know a lot of people were saying they haven't even read it and they were gonna reread it before the series, so, like, perfect time to come and chat with us about it.
Yeah, come chat with us. It's going to be on Christy's channel, and we'll chat about
Mhm.
it before the series airs, and we'll make our predictions.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Um, and then we're also rewatching it too on Chrissy's channel, Tiffany's channel, Avery, and Zay. We're all rewatching it.
Mhm.
So, very exciting stuff. That's
All the
so
Bridgerton stuff.
interesting that people are gonna pick up the 4th book first.
Well, I think they've read like they're so I was just in like a group chat on Instagram that people are like they're contemporary readers. And so they were like, I
Uh-huh.
love the Bridgerton show. And I was like, listen, go read the books, please. And so they were like,
Right.
okay, like I haven't read like they're reading the book right before the season. So like they read one before season one, they read two before season two. And now they're like, should I read this before, season three? And I was like, yeah, I mean, why not? Because they've already
Yeah.
spoiled things in the show. Like you're not gonna have anything spoiled.
Yeah, you already know who Lady Whistledown is.
Yeah.
Don't be skipping book 3, y'all. Don't be skipping book 3, y'all. Don't be
Well, I know. Yeah. Well, I told them
disrespecting
go read all of them because actually all of the audiobooks right now, if you guys have like Audible Plus, they're all available like just to grab like all the audios for the Bridgerton series. So don't use your like Libby and Hoopla credits. Like just go grab the audios on Audible right now.
Amazing. Amazing.
Sorry for like the whole Bridgerton side chat we just
No,
had.
it's important because we
Yeah.
haven't really announced that live show. So if you guys
Right.
wanna
Yeah.
reread it with
Yeah.
us, please reread it. Um, look at the sprayed edges after 4th week. Yeah, some books just set the trend, and that's just how it
Yeah.
goes, for sure. We're always like in a trend. Like we went through a hockey romance era, we went through a mafia era. What
That's
era
so
do you guys
true.
think we're in right now? Let us know what era you think
Yeah.
we're in.
True. There was a
I
lot of like
feel
cowboy last year.
small
And
town
even, like,
last year.
dark, I feel like dark romance I was talking to somebody about this recently, like, I feel like dark romance, like, is such a there's so many, like, dark elements in contemporary books nowadays that it's not even like, "Ooh, that's too taboo," or "That's too dark," like, I feel like contemporary readers are used to dark themes now in books where, like, because somebody was talking about recommending some book and, like, that might be too dark for so and so, and I was like, "Honestly, I feel like no, because like, look at the H.D. Carltons of the world, and, like, so much
True.
is mainstream, like,
Very
dark
true.
isn't even, like, taboo anymore, I feel like."
Yeah, I agree. And again, that's a trend that Haunting Adeline
Yes.
set for the industry. I
Yes.
feel like we're circling back into a sports romance era, but like
Mhm.
unique sports. Cause like that motocross and gymnast
Yes.
one, that one was so good.
Burnout, so
Yeah.
good.
And then there was
Yeah.
like a rowing one, like that was released last month. So sports, but unique sports, not just like
Yes.
hockey.
Yeah. Because I know people loved the Tessa Bailey, like, golf one too, Fangirl Down or something. I need to read that because everybody's like, Tessa Bailey was, like, hit and miss, but, like, this book is so good. So I need to read that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just gonna come back and be like, surprise.
I would love her for it.
You read the
Mm.
Hathaways first. Oh, that's so interesting because you meet
Mhm.
Cameron in the Wallflowers first.
Mhm.
I remember being pissed that he wasn't with Evie. Oh, I was so pissed. And I was like, okay, he gets a book. He gets a book. I just don't trust modern audiences to get historicals. Unfortunately, that's why I even want more adoption. I don't even trust audiences with Sebastian.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
Oh, is that your first historical? Madeline Baker?
I have heard of
You
that
know,
author.
I haven't picked up Madeline Baker because she writes a lot of
Okay, yes, yeah.
yeah, a lot of Native American romances, which
Yes.
get dicey.
Yeah.
No.
That
What?
makes me so sad. I was afraid when I saw it was gonna be a trad size, I mean. Or whatever, yeah.
And Joanna Shoup was holding it down with those beautiful covers.
I know.
Yeah,
Same.
Bridgerton season 2. It's a pet peeve of mine. I hate when they make these female characters so villainous.
Me too. I'm still not over that season. Gets me irrationally upset.
It kind of felt like Bridgerton was not made with the beauty of the historical romance genre in mind. I'm convinced it wasn't. I think it was made to be leaning towards like contemporary readers, and then also Shonda Rhimes is amazing, but a lot of her shows are very dramatic.
I
Erica
agree.
cover.
Yeah.
Oh, mid-series? That's
Yep. Like the Wild Winchester series, that's a series it is. And yeah, it did that I think after book 3. Like I want to say 4 on now are all cartoony covers. And it's sad because I love that series, but like, ugh, when the covers change, which is
yeah.
probably the publishers, but like, I don't know.
Oh, no, not that one. It's too problematic. People will roast us. I don't think people would like that one. The reason I get excited is that I heard the adaptation will be more Pride and Prejudice with Karen Knightley-esque rather than Bridgerton.
Oh, for the Wallflowers?
That would be wonderful.
I would kind of like that.
Yeah, I hate Colin.
Yeah.
I really do. I hate Penelope too. I think both of them are trash. Maybe that's why they're good for each other. Yay!
Oh, good.
Maybe I'll listen to the audiobook because I gotta film my blog for that.
Yeah, because it's Rosalind Landor, which I feel like she does such good audios.
Yeah. You guys know I'm very loud and vocal about the fact that they skip Benedict. And my thing is like, if he just gets slipped into someone else's season, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Like, if he's not the main person in his own season.
I saw somebody talking about them like combining seasons, like not for him, but like for other characters, and I'm like, no, don't do that, please.
Please do not do that. Oh my god, everyone is pissed. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I didn't like Butcher and the
exactly.
Blackbird. I did not like Butcher and the Blackbird.
I like the other 2 by that author more because they're actually like dark romance instead of just like kind of like witty, dark humory, like rom-commy. I didn't love that
Oh,
one.
why did I not know that author had more books?
Yeah, there's Black Sheep and Marrow, which were both like, and they're both like, Serial and Aliver like ones too, and like they're just actually like dark themes, like, but they're both like co-written with different people, but they're so good.
Got it. Oh, this is you saying, what trend are we in? Step Brothers, Best Friend Brothers, or Brothers Best Friend?
I do, yeah. And Marriage of Convenience is coming back around. So many contemporary ones have that nowadays. And sports with Marriage of Convenience too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just seeing so many sports romances, but like different types of sports, which is fun. I can't even imagine who would play Sebastian in a Wallflowers adaptation.
I kind of love when they get like as I say characters, but like when they get actors who are maybe like unknown or first starting out, so that you don't have any like previously seen them in type of moments, like just like a fresh face. Like bring me fresh actors.
That does that because when you know a person from another movie or show, it's like that's what they're known for.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just for the
Yeah, yeah.
actor, but it's just what we do. Fake dating, yeah.
That
Marriage of
seems to be big right
Convenience.
now.
I mean, we'll see. I will say their interviews seem like they have a really cool chemistry. And I think the actress who plays Penelope is really cool.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna write it off completely, but I'm just,
But I
going
feel
in.
like they did their season first. They jumped to it, they said, because so many people loved their characters in the show and they wanted them, yeah, that everybody was loving their like chemistry and that whole dynamic is why they did their season first because everybody was like hammering for it. For like TV viewers, that is. Yeah.
That's I like who could possibly like call it? That actor is very handsome, but
I
I
don't
don't know.
even like the actor. Like, he's just okay to me. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be I'm excited too. You know what? Regardless of how they take it, I'm gonna watch it anyways,
Hmm.
even if it's not my favorite thing in the world.
We will watch it and we will have thoughts, good or bad.
Yeah, exactly. Marriage of convenience is one of my favorite tropes. I
Same.
like marriage of convenience, but not in a contemporary. I just feel like the stakes aren't high enough. It makes sense in a historical.
Yeah. It has to be done like it has to be done right, like in a dark romance kind of theme or like an MC one. Like I read an MC one with
Oh
Marriage of
yeah,
Convenience where there's like higher stakes involved. Because otherwise, when it's just like for a business or like they're billionaires and their parents are making them marry, like I don't know, it's just not enough usually.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, in a mafia marriage of convenience, that makes sense. But to me, that's like
Hmm.
a different type of
Yeah, that's an
contemporary.
arranged marriage. Yeah. Those are good.
Um.
I
Oh
don't
yeah, like
know.
the Shonda glow
Yeah.
up or whatever.
He's just not it for me. I don't know. Yeah, he seems too much of like a boy still, like Linda said. I just see him.
Yeah.
He's just baby faced.
Guys, I wasn't trying to
Same,
say anything about
Cheryl.
the actor. I was trying to be nice. But Jonathan Bailey is very, very, very handsome. I don't know Benedict's name in real life, but
I
I
don't
love
either. Yeah.
to be the hottest man on planet alive.
True. So true. I can't.
For me, it's the eyebrows. His eyebrows look so mischievous to me that
Mm,
he just looks like a frat boy to me.
yeah, I can see
You,
that. Yeah.
yeah, you know how people are like, your face doesn't look like you were born during this time period? That's how I feel
Yeah.
about him. He looks like a frat boy.
Oh, too funny.
Anyways, Anthony is daddy. Yes, you guys need to
Yes, he
watch
is.
that other show he's in. What is it called?
Which one?
Dang it, hold on, let me look it up. It's kind of sad though. Um, Jonathan Bailey. I heard that he was casted in Heartstopper, the adaptation for Heartstopper, the teacher.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Jonathan Bailey is joining the cast of Heartstopper for season 3.
Well, that's fun.
Fellow Travelers is you guys knew before.
Oh, I don't think
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
yeah.
It's a show or a movie?
It's a show. It's a show with
I'll
Nat
look it up.
Bomer. It's kind of sad though because one of the heroes does get AIDS in it. So just like know that going
Oh,
in.
okay. It's heavier.
Yeah.
Oh, I have seen this cover. Okay.
It's
Or like
good. It's
poster, I
very
mean.
spicy. It's very spicy. So
Oh,
don't watch it
okay.
at work or anything, y'all.
An after hours one.
Cheryl, we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. People were so mean. Oh my god, people were so mean about that. Oh yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I like stitched somebody else's video,
I
just like
saw that.
reacting. And
Mhm.
oh my god, the people were eating me up in the comments. And what's even crazier is they would repost it in their stories and then go
Reaction
off
to
on
it?
this and it would go off on this rant calling me,
Oh, no.
desperate and a bitch and all this stuff. And I'm like, do they not realize like when they repost, like I see it,
Oh, no.
man. And I was like, why are you guys mad at me? That wasn't even my video that I reposted. It was somebody else's.
Oh,
Go in
no.
their comments. Okay.
Yikes.
Yes, Colin is the historical romance frat boy. They better
Oh my
cast
god,
the hottest man.
yes.
His name Michael.
That's my number one book. I love that one so much. Yes, all the hockey marriage of conveniences.
I agreed with my reel too. Obviously. It's okay. People are interesting on the internet.
Yeah, people just say whatever.
But it's funny because it was on okay, so I posted the same reel. I posted it on Instagram, and then I posted it on TikTok. And the people on Instagram hated my guts, like, were DMing me, like, hated it. And then the people on TikTok were like, "Yeah, queen, go on."
Oh, I thought it was the opposite. Okay, that's
No,
interesting. I need to go look at those comments on Instagram.
no, Instagram hated it and TikTok loved it. It was so random.
Oh,
It was the weirdest thing.
interesting. Yeah.
All right, guys, stop. You're gonna get me in trouble. We're not gonna talk about it no more. Peace to everyone on the show. I love them all. Wish they're all wealthy and they get booked and busy.
Oh my
We
god.
stopped talking about this book like 20
I
minutes.
know. Well, like, cause I feel like when they're kind of like they're good, but they're not like love and they're not like hate. We don't have a lot to say because it was good. We all agree it was good.
Yeah, that's true.
Or we agree on the parts that we're like, we wish there was more of this or less of that, you know?
I agree. Oh
And
my
we're
god,
kind of
I
on topic.
love
I mean, we're gonna be reading the Bridgerton one next.
that's true. I love The Tudors. That's one of my favorite shows.
Same.
It's very rare that I actually watch TV. I don't really like TV like that, but I love
Oh,
The
okay.
Tudors.
I was watching that when it first came out. I love that show.
I think I watched it later because I had seen
Mm.
Six the Musical, and that's
Yes.
about Henry and his 6 wives, and then I
Yes.
went back and watched The Tudors.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you so much because we changed the date and then we changed whose channel it was on. So
Yeah. Well, then we
guys
have
are
our other May book too.
oh yeah, go ahead. Tell
Okay,
us.
well, so we're gonna be reading this one if you want to join us for like bonus show. But then also we're gonna be reading this is like our main May pick. So it's Shelley Thacker's His Forbidden Touch, which is like I think Snow White and the Huntsman type vibes. Like he's her bodyguard, swordsman, sworn to protect a princess and trying to take her to like her betrothed, but then like falls in love with her. So it sounds super good. So this is our main May pick, which I think we're doing at what? End of May? Like we'll post the live show. I think it's going to be like May 24th though, possibly. The last weekend of May.
Mm-hmm. But we'll post all the live show dates on the Historical Hellions and whose channel it's going to be on. But yeah, we'll have 2 more live shows this month, and they're going to be on mine and Christy's channel.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys. Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.